yara nyilla domoro kadiyata
boy janno CK's restaurant
sa nako be ninna dimbal nimba domoro kala janno
domoro seneyata adiyata topotoro fanan kendema bije luntan during tamala abeka domoro ki janni adi manda wala de te ka we bijele anim fanan ka fadi jang ikono e fa e ka fa minne ko pastry anim bakery iko fanan be kalele badde lomba conference lomba workshop lomba ye fo fendin lon dunya kono domoro betama nyillom international o toda number 1
amanke ba domola jandama
esa domo jang is atariya
wo mu kubandi
sa nako sa futandin
oto sa nako be mu CK's restaurant
dafa nan janna mu yat ni manje dorom bija
aban
CK's restaurant, known for best quality food and customer satisfaction.
In communication, connectivity is everything. We ensure that the links never sleep. Quantities and qualities, all in our data service, providing efficient, reliable voice and data service. We believe if you're not up to speed, then you're going backwards. Communications have to flow as fast as the speed of light.
Welcome back, Madam Witness.
Council ko bismillah Cameroon nang sedo.
Hope you had a relaxing break.
Mira yedda hanyi ma sotole. Yes.
Just before the break,
we
had dealt with your arrest. The torture meted out on you during your arrest. Your detention with baby Aisha at the PIU. We also talked about the conditions of your detention. So we'll proceed with the other topics that we are yet to cover. Can you tell us, during your 11 days of detention at the PIU, describe the skin condition of Aisha at that time?
Baby Aisha da otumo abalo kuma atsedaje afu abala fura alwala kabo.
Our skin was peeling off.
Go on.
Okay,
saying bida bara fura nyingabo ala nyinkan ko to jang mi asikanda ka faral ala nyakata ala nyinda bol ko abe tingata abe faram farantal kando aning abuka ji kendo sota abe pula mun.
Also, under our throat, if you raise our head, you'll see cuttings there also in our armpits. I have the photographs here with me.
You've told us that due to the poor hygienic condition and the heat, the baby's skin started cracking up.
Aning ji man janku senea balia ninku balia wale sabu abala fateo damu tatakabo aninga bala abalo fananka fara.
And you said you have a photograph of the baby Aisha.
Aluko natalo soto jele baby Aisha la natalo.
Afalente.
Yes, here it is.
When was this photograph taken?
Yin natalo tawati jumali.
Yin. ni natalo bida balo be tinyata akoto maya natal mobile kono say nata samba natal la ya ku ngama bonna wardrobe kono.
It was after all of these things happened to her that the photograph was taken on a mobile phone, but I took it to be developed.
Was it during your detention that the photograph was taken?
Being a bail shooter.
It was after we secured a bail.
So this was freshly after you secured the bail, that was when you took the picture?
Yes.
Can you put up the picture so that the camera will get hold of how little the baby was at the time you were being detained?
Who
is on that picture with the baby?
It's the older sister, Mariama Fatou.
And this is the infant child that you were detained with at the PIU for 11 days. And even from the look of the picture, one could tell that the baby was really, really small at that time.
Yes.
Alani kama kote ni asikanda bebe faralin ntabuka hani ka mafa akoto ma wala ka ku wala ka balo dida ntafa buso ko kanu pour ka ku balo bebe betinyare ni wule obe mu dimole.
Those red spots you see are all marks of injuries. In fact, all of our body was cracking. In fact, sometimes I'm always scared even to bathe her.
It is the elder sister who takes care of her, who bathes her, who does a lot of things for her, because I am always scared to touch her skin.
So after your bail, did the baby receive any medical attention?
We were bailed at the Canifing court.
Na parti dala muso anti maindur ay samba Dr. Sise ay nimbebe ay sanga boro soto ja njara.
Our party leader's wife, Anti Maindur, took us to Dr. Sise where we got treatment.
You've told us that while you were detained, you were also discharging blood. For how long were you discharging blood during your detention?
For the whole time I was at the PIU until I went home, I was experiencing that. It was only when I went to Dr. Sise and I was given medication that it was when it stopped.
So for 11 days plus, you were discharging blood?
Yes.
While you were detained at the PIU, did any peculiar event occurred while you were detained in the room you were in?
For allow muto wichi okono. For kusuton tele mensike kumanewoti me yalonka asike alfe bunkoloji albedame.
Ani imanfenke na bunga kona jide.
No, they did not do anything to us inside the room.
Let me remind you, looking at your statement. You mentioned that another, that is at paragraph 3 of your statement. We stayed at the PIU for 11 days without food. Without good food, sorry. And proper bath.
Proper
At the early hours of every morning. Sorry, my apologies, I'm reading the wrong line. I read a line before that. Okay. The officer insulted Aissatou Diba and her parents. Before taking baby Aisha from her. Aisha was given to me and laid on my lap. Another soldier threw a tear gas in our cell and my innocent baby was coughing till she got airlocked. Can you please explain that incident for us because we missed it during your narration? Yes.
Where we were seated there, and they came and said that they were going to show something today that we'll see, since we were the stubborn female members of the UDP. And then he threw the tear gas canister inside.
Did any event occur prior to the soldier throwing tear gas into the room you were in?
Ako fo ku soton tele men keta janni wo sojaro abe tear gas tala ka fayna bunkoroje.
Ani waton tol be sirinne.
No, at that time we were sitting and he came in.
When did this event occur? How many days into your detention did it happen?
Ninketa wati jumale nyin tear gas fayoten albutumo aliyekli jelle kije alamuto kono janni mekela.
Wolun na yamuta.
That was the day we were arrested.
That was the day that a tear gas was thrown into the cell.
At
what time of the day was this?
It was around dusk.
And how did the baby react? How did her body react to this tear gas when it was thrown into the room you were in?
Dela no nyin aketa nyadile kabringa balajato fa akala nyin aketa nyadile
atoto tale bake fa atoto ta fa ameta na tanga sunjo diala nga fa no tanga mura kambar hanu na sino ta na meta ya kabara re kaja katoto asiso kasuki.
She coughed for a long time. Later on I gave her my best to suckle, and I took my wrapper and covered her. But even that, she will sleep for some time and wake up and would cough again. She was suffocating.
Did any one of the PIU officers around at that time stop the soldier before he threw the tear gas into the room?
Soldier nyin sojaro jannabe nyin tear gas fayla fa akafnolu ko moti je meya men sekuntu anyatu wala ka bali akela jannabe tear gas fayla
bebe ku kilima la ko.
We were all on the same agreement.
Why did he throw that tear gas into the room?
No na saying about tear gas fayla nam bunko je
adiata do tilimbale abari ko ibe telta ibe munkelantel lantel ba jelal.
He just did it out of cruelty, because they said that what they will do to us, we will see it.
You mentioned that he referred to you people as UDP strong women. Why did he refer to you as UDP strong women?
They recognized me because they knew my husband.
How about the other ladies?
Well, malum foyo wolle ne de barimte ode ente sutele ente ke malon.
I don't know if they knew the others, but for me, they recognized me because they knew my husband.
Did the ladies or you belong to any particular group within the UDP?
For musola ni katabule for fudu altarta fanna kafudole kono UDP for pati banyin kono ban.
The mantelwa.
You mean us? For me,
politic work nka karte fay wakele de bari politique o ten birim futu day mod fati yelente dun ta UDP.
Before I used to vote, but I was not involved in politics. But when I married my husband, Modi Fatou, that was when I joined the UDP.
For how long was the baby coughing after this tear gas incident?
Tear gas finance, I what later.
Meta le domandi biringa susundin na moli ma lili ma koy nga afenke nga deta nga ay funto sinanda tala anuata fita fami nga susundin nga ja sinota.
He coughed for some time. Later on, Lily assisted me. He soaked a piece of cloth and we wiped the baby's nose, and after that I gave her breast to suckle, and after some time she fell asleep.
You told us that you were eventually released on bail after attending the court session about 3 times. And it was then that you and baby Aisha had some medical attention. What happened to your case after that?
Before we used to go to the Kanifing court.
Say not a bail strategy.
Later we secured a bail.
I get a suit at 9 o'clock. It was
midnight, around 9 when we were being bailed. After we were bailed, I returned home.
Didn't say that Lundo
one day I forgot whether it was on a Monday or on a Wednesday. They called me and they said that we should go to court. So when we went to the court and the proceedings ended,
Almamo Manga, police headquarters.
Almamo Manga, who was at the police headquarters, told us to board a vehicle. I asked him, where are you taking us to? And he insulted my mother. They put us in the vehicle and we went to the headquarters where we alighted.
A minute before you proceed, you mentioned one Almamo Manga.
Yes.
Can you tell us what kind of police he was?
At the headquarters, he was at the headquarters. He used to dress in a white shirt and a blue trousers.
You said after the court session, he asked you to board a vehicle.
Yes, at that time we have been bailed already.
At that point, before that, did the judge make an order for you to be arrested?
He was not aware. After the court session, he went inside and we came out. And it was after we came out that we were ordered to board this vehicle.
Where were your lawyers at this point?
Our lawyers were there, but they were unable to do anything.
How many of you were asked to go on board this vehicle?
Kaddy Samateh.
Myself, Kaddy Samateh.
Lily Bojang. Fatou Sar. Ami Bayo. Baby Aisha.
And the baby Aisha.
Ani Aisha said.
And Aisha said.
We
were the ones that boarded the vehicle and taken to the headquarters.
And you told us that the judge did not even know that you were being taken to the police station.
And when fuko Jojo Fomana long kitten the lining, Amalon ko, Ibatelu Samba Camp Police Corral.
No, he wasn't aware.
Just for clarification's sake, did this happen at the High Court or the Magistrate Court?
Tulka Kosenand, Woketa Magistrate Kitibundale to Banfaketa High Court.
Aketa General High Court.
It happened.
High Court.
It happened at the High Court.
And at the point when they were asking you to board the vehicle, was it after the proceedings had ended?
We actually bank in Kito Ketahan for Wato Men Abanda.
Wato Kito Ketal Faband.
Yes, the proceedings ended.
And you said it was one police officer, Manga, that told you to go on board the vehicle.
Police Manga.
Yes.
And you said he insulted your mother before asking you to go on board the vehicle.
Yes, I asked him, where are you taking us to? And he insulted my mother.
How did you feel about him insulting your mother?
I couldn't do anything about it.
At the point when he asked you to go on board the vehicle, were you with your baby then?
Yes, she was in my arms.
Where did they take you?
They
took us, and when we arrived, we were all made to sit down together in a cell.
Did he tell you the reason for rearresting you?
Among Femfonia, Mbesiring Gele Farmeta, I will talk with the Garnata, Biranata. I said the Kumandi, Famata Sar, Amibayo, I will command, and I said Mero ni Mubankota, I said, I will command the Tata. You'll bully, will fundate that. I entered the Kaddy Samateh, Baby Aisha, Lily Bojam, I sell data when I entered today.
He did not tell us anything. We were sitting down there. Later on, he came and Ayuma Lebla, Amibayo, Fatou Sar, and they left me.
I said,
and the old woman, Aisha Sedi, he released all of those, but left me and the baby Aisha.
Baby Aisha and Lily Bojan,
and Lily Bojan, we are left there.
Why did he release some of you and left you Kaddy Samateh and baby Aisha?
Well, I don't bula. It any baby Aisha ni Lily Bojang atel tuta selo kono ayo don't bula muna nayoke.
Adiatale bara kontelle mu yudi pila musikanda njaro ti yale enteke malon mol kono.
It's just pleasing to him to do what he did, because since he said we are the strong women of the UDP and my husband was well known to them.
So he left you in the cell by virtue of your husband's position and him being a stronghold in the UDP.
Amunda silang I tell to selo kono nyele kanko why he came along and came mo to bori wala mo londi wala ti UDP party okono.
Ha.
Yes.
And who is this individual that locked you up in the cell?
Dumalam nyinti me ya lonko anata ayali soro wo selo kono je.
Ate fangale bundata.
He was the very one that closed the door.
And who is this person?
Dumalabu.
Manga.
Almamo Manga.
Can you describe the cell that he locked you in?
Selo men ayali soro kono je kala fonje babe nyaadi mun sel fason nem.
Je wede terineten bunda bije.
It's very tight and there's a door.
Was there any ventilation in that cell?
Fonyo dundula be o selo la le bang.
Uri na barate.
There's a little opening, not very wide.
And what time of the day were you locked up in that cell?
What you malong ayali sorong wo selo konoje.
When we left the courthouse.
Can you recall the time of the day?
Ketatilo wati jumaleti ni hakilo subula watola.
Ani hakilo to watu manola.
I cannot recall the time, but that time the 2 o'clock prayers have already been performed.
How did you manage with the baby inside this tight cell that had very little ventilation?
Saying ining idimma denano nyin keta nyadile altarta je nyadile wairi iko bunu nyin dango doyata dum funyo dundula fanan deteta.
Be siri ngele mbegele dinu bebe aisha ba kumbola mo batambikam aya kumboka omwe akoje denano wala ka kumboja.
We were there and the baby Aisha was crying. Someone was passing by and heard a baby crying and said, "Oh, a baby is here?"
I police muso mtala lorinja aka denano ka kumboja jumale ni denano dundija aka almamu manga bala office.
The police the female officer that the person found there said to her, "There is a baby crying here. Who locked up her in here?" And the person who was told is Almamu Manga, and he's inside his office.
So what ata noma? Oka ko ni dingola munyinti. Yemunke takela ni munko kumbo selo kono dalila jiwala atina yake je ni mudena nole. That
person went after Almamu Manga and said to him, "If this were your baby, you wouldn't have done this thing."
So my apologies, let me clarify this. How did you know that that person went after Almamu Manga and asked him this question, given that you were locked up in the cell?
Well, I tell you so many selo kono. Inatalo nyadile ko nyimari tata almamu normale kawukuma kawulufaye.
Biring fundizala waya ofante inte kema kafnyo mala wati nyina tatola.
When I came out was when that person gave me that information. That person is a friend of my husband's.
And and who is this person, if you can recall?
Nyimari mjimalti ni hakilo simbula atola.
I cannot recall the name.
And did this person tell you how Almamu Manga reacted to being asked why he locked up the baby in the cell?
Bari bitumbi amari mafu ifanambira atata Almamu Manga kama kafaya natara idingolo nyinti ita emenke itakela amafu Almamu nata munkalaneke.
Ani amu to fanyada bari inatale bunda ele yen samba yombondi selo kono griaso be damen ton konota fen ko to lebe jurmi jani fengol mi yalla ko imam tarbete yari yoli jurmi jani fen kolte comme ça va fen normal dal say natan sindi wolet yombondi selo kono natan sindi woto ngalla wolet.
No, he did not tell me anything, but I was brought out. The cell door was opened, and they took me to a corner where they used to put their discarded materials, and that was where I spent the night.
When Almamu Manga took you to the police headquarters, Almamu Manga, sorry, my apologies. Almamu Manga took you to the police headquarters.
Almamu wati mara alisambo police kordato jefano.
Did he charge you with any new offenses?
February alisamba jefano fanang. I afweni te tumi menna bang. Kafu luwa.
Am fe fonye de ama fonye ayin samba munna adiata nyaldo adiata dorong. Ayin samba je bari lundo soto dantol tata kiti dulato Mr. Dabo nyola kiti anin keman tata je ngamo mola je ako iko yaya jamako wade na ni tiya nyu ye mun bele manya na bela wala na enter arrest.
He did not tell me anything. But one day, when we went to attend Dabo's case and my husband's court case, I heard that the instructions came from Jame that the woman with the baby should not have been bailed. That was why we were arrested.
And who did you hear this information from?
Ngamo musudola bara amsoni ma ntamalonde mbelori na nata londala ya fonye bare malo matolo.
I heard it from a woman.
Kabenki ti dulato ndintata mile 2 dongo danda.
We used to meet at the mile 2 when we at the courthouse. She came close to me and she said these things, but I don't know her name.
When they locked you up at the cell in the police headquarters, Did they release you that very day?
Imambula wolu ngalaje tilifula ntinyanta jele mandumulo ka fo fitilo anti am sega ani usien dabo dimuso bebiam wole konton natinya wolum fo lafta problem o dila wol fo la ji lafta fo arrest la fo ya anenje. We
spent 2 days there. For the first day, the whole day we did not eat until evening time. It was Auntie Yamsek and the daughter who used to bring us food.
Auntie Yamsek and I think Lawyer Dabo Dimma.
La bebiam wole kino samanya.
Lawyer Dabo's daughter who used to bring food. In fact, they had a problem with them. They even insulted her.
Can you tell us the officers that were involved in this incident?
For Asia following in the Fanang, who Ketawato and police Juman le found Bijay.
I don't know their names.
During the 2 days that you were there at the police headquarters, did you happen to see Almamu Manga again?
For Inata Almamu Manga Jeleje Kotakebang.
Well, since he put us in there, he never came again.
And you were there for 2 days?
Yes,
where was the baby lying down at that time?
Baby Aisha Landimintole Watembo.
Fani kilimo mbaba laji. Boto dole belari njawe nwori. Ntamola ngawla fene ngala ndaka. Saying kedo nata eponsindimo dina. Ngata landuwa kan. Saying sita. Nda sita tamafa. Lili sita tamafa. Nka afinya.
So the same wrapper that I had with me, there was an old sack, very dirty. That was what I spread, and someone, a man gave me an old sponge, and that was where I put her on, and I used to use the wrapper to fan her.
Why were you fanning her?
Mosquitoes were there.
So you were taken from a hot cell, and then
they took us to where the warehouse was.
And took you where the warehouse was. You were not provided with any mosquito nets.
No.
You were not provided with any beddings except for the little mattress that one of the officers gave you to put the baby on.
Imam Fendi Allah fanal simem fan fene. Purina no bilala men kan fo wo matla ndingo wala mattress ndingo men iko ya dila han fo men fene de nanwe.
How would that man?
That was the only thing.
How did you feel being locked up again with your child?
Sila nyaje nyadile yata nyadile kotake yemuta kotake ke sindi dula kilin ni la de nanu.
Biate doran katu mankukel ngama ya jamala kuma kanga mum fo wala na yentel muta kotek.
It just pleases them because I've done nothing wrong to them. I think they did that out of Yajama's statement.
Can you tell us what eventually led to your release?
Sai afonye munina take sababu uteni fo ya libula.
Yam kumande kiti la High Court.
We were called to the High Court.
Sai midin tada kiti la na loyal ya itandiko yen nyil mut belle de agmuruta ko take arrest ko take the headquarters.
So when we got to the High Court, our lawyers put it to them that these people were bailed, but they were arrested again.
And when your lawyers mentioned that in court, what happened?
Jojo nyinko wote kien wala katu yenyil belle fa pareta sen dalila jumala wati nay be arrest la ko take samba headquarters yete landi je itol ko iben bella la ko take.
The judge said
Jojo nyinko wote kelola.
The judge said this cannot be possible. These people were bailed. How can they be arrested and taken to the headquarters? But those people insisted that we have to be bailed again, but the judge refused.
So in essence, the judge reaffirmed that the actions of Almamu Manga in rearresting and taking you to the headquarters when you were on bail was unlawful.
Almamu Manga yo baro menkete ya telu bail fuka pare atenata ali senka muta kal murundi headquarters ay menke wonya kulo menni loi manta.
Yes.
So you were released after the proceedings.
Amunta wo ko kola lo natali bulabang.
Ha birin kitio bantai sain jojo nyinko itembella ko tagembe bello kono bel kilingol betamala ina ambulance ita suwa.
Yes, after that proceeding the judge said that we are not going to be billed again. We are still under the first bill, and that was when we were released and we went home.
This Alma Manga, was he in court during this time?
Alma Manga, the former mantra kitted Lato Siloba.
He never came there again.
So you were eventually released and you went home?
To Walanatake quoting Yali Bulanyamin Alisaita.
We ambula and say Tabankata Kitiel.
Yes, they released us. And we went home. But each time we were due to appear before the court, they will call us and we will appear.
Did your second detention have any impact on the baby?
Allah muta fulanjamo fo anata ku sababu dena no nyim malebang.
Wala faun ketala nyim bala wulawat.
That was what caused these red spots on our body.
If you raise
our head, you will see cracks, and when you also raise our armpits, you see cracks there. In fact, I was always scared of washing her. It is our elder sister who used to wash her for me.
The 2 days that you were at the police headquarters, did you have a chance to bathe the baby?
We don't even have water to drink, much more talk less of one to bath with.
Did they provide you with any disposable pads for the baby?
Pad dealer. Me yalon ko mo safo wolem pampasti pour dina no nyi
birula rozi da ko do man nata je birabi na pampas sambanye nan.
In the evening when the elder sister came, she brought along pampers for me.
Did any of the officers, apart from your husband's friend that you cannot recall the name, did any of the officers protest as to you and the baby being locked up in a cell?
Kema la otero kola me yalon ko woni tata almamu mangano makafa munana dena no betar la selo kono wo police do men bije fo hanim mo kilim fana mansoto kono men silo ka fo ko nyim manyan kala pour ka dena no nyin dundi selo ko amansot.
What at all?
You mentioned that after your release you were going back and forth to court.
Nyin fo ko bri al bula fana fo ka pare. Bara kamru tanin na la kata kito la kana
telenge kiti galang fo nga kampanyo ke Adam Baro nga kampanyo ba ni karte fay jumalu nga Adam Baro winta.
We went to court continually until the campaign for Adam Barrow, until the elections were held, until the winner was declared. All of that time we were going to court.
Saint When Adam Barrow won
on the Friday, on Monday, our party leader and my husband and others were released. The following day, on Tuesday, we were called to court. My husband said, my husband wanted to go. People told him, don't go. It was only yesterday you were out of detention. He insisted and said, life or death, there's life there, there's death. All of those things are possibilities, but I will go.
At the point when you were detained at the PIU, your husband was also detained at the Mile 2 prison. How was the family faring at this time, or during this time?
What more baby I said Amane Bembulani, Inke Madin Sunkuto, Mariam Fati.
At that time, I only had baby Aisha and my husband's daughter, Mariam Fati.
Ufongo iba nyinin kanenu kati tatal foyala natalo itandintela pia yu kwenye ko foyalo nonko e malo.
They were even looking for her. They got a time when they showed me a photograph and asked me if I knew her, and I told them I don't know her.
Nabita karamuta kanikabole city.
When she's going to the school, she used to put on a niqab.
Majola suo munkono yembai.
The Jola compound where we were living in, we were evicted. We don't have anywhere to go, we don't have any house, and then they borrowed us a house. The door had no glass, nothing. It was just open like that. So we used to use our wrappers to tie on it to cover it. So when that happened, I went to Mbaje, Lamindambudiba's wife, and narrated everything to her. And she said, "You will not spend the night in that house since you have been evicted." I said, she told our children to come with us and assist us to bring out our belongings. Nada tawo bungoto birin na bagasol be bondi jolari anta to bungoto bunga nyim bunda da mana bijete wertije fentije e ka fa fanol ta ya dundi bundala sol kon. So when we took our belongings out, we went to that house which had only a door but no glass, and we had to use our wrappers to block those openings on the door. So while we were there, elections took place and Adama Barrow won on a Friday. On Monday, Oseno Dabo, my husband, and his older brother and others were released. After they were released, the following day, which was on a Tuesday, we were called back to court. My husband wanted to go, but people told him not to. And he said, there can be life or death in that place, but I want to be present and to know how this thing will end. So what was the ruling in your case at the end of the day? So kubandula to Allah kitu anata la nyadi la banta nyadi le. Kiti ya nyimbirim futata je yembe kumandi. Enda kumandi yenne mol be kumandi. Bebe aisa kumanda atola. Ngasi kande. Afama kamfata. When we were there, our names were mentioned. Our names were mentioned, all of us, including baby Aisha. When her name was mentioned, I raised her up. My husband was angry. Sorry, but this is quite shocking to me, and I want to clarify it. Was the baby's name included on the charge sheet? Hayato iati entolto saveda me afananto savede ni en kumandi ka kumandi ikan kumandi nyame Kaddy Samateh eka baby Aisha kumandi wala nyame. Yes, her name was written on the charge sheet as our names were written, and when the same way they call us, that was also the same way that they used to call her. An infant child that does not know anything, that cannot do anything on her own, an innocent child, they wrote her name on a criminal charge sheet. Is that what you are telling this commission
here.
Kaito me alon ko komo kurungol le tobe o kaito bala. Sai ite bo le foka ni commission ko ite dinde na no yo to safe o kaito le bala.
Ha.
Yes.
How did you feel? I want to know as a mother.
Sai ite mo dimbaliti.
Having your child's name on a criminal sheet saying that your child committed a crime.
Porque dimo to safe dinde na no ka safe kaito bala kaito me alonko itel komo kurumul le to be kaito bala e menu tumi sila e kanete dinde na no to safe to foi ka kumandi wo yo ta nyaadile
Man kuno je yakele adiate enta man kuno je.
They did it and it pleased them, but I wasn't able to do anything about it.
So your husband, for the first time, went to your court proceeding and heard his daughter's name being mentioned on the charge sheet.
Sai bitu bring al tata ukitola ike ma tata ji anata mo ya dinde na no fanan to kumandi me ya lonko ya safe o tumir kaito le bala.
How did he react in court?
Sai himself or the
husband?
Sai ike ma nata kenyadi le kitibula naji.
Akampadale asonkata ya buntu ya muta ya samabante ya dani ya manene fatan kunta.
He got angry and he made a lot of noise. They took him outside, they calmed him down, and then he came inside again.
And what happened?
That was the day that judgment was passed, and that was the day that we were free to go.
You told us that during this ordeal, the place where you were boarding, they evicted you from that place.
Yes.
Why did they evict you from that place?
They were Jolas and we were Mandinkas. We were not in the same party.
For how long did you dwell in that compound?
When I got married to my husband, I found him in that compound.
And prior to this incident, was there any differences between your family and your landlord's family?
Fo fatam fansi kuso tondale wala mensike wali kuti atel ning itelu tema itelu menbe soko noje aniteni ke manana dimbayal
ana man soto je foni bri en take mamu taji ya jamme ko dun tajele yani problem start.
It never happened until we were arrested and Yaya Jammeh got involved. That was when this problem started.
So prior to this incident, your husband, your family, and your landlord's family were living together in peace, regardless of the fact that you are Mandinka and they are Jolas. You were living together in peace without any issues.
Iteni ke manana dimbayalu anu itelu nonu musuti oti itelu fanani la dimbayalu albebe siri yo kanjele wotumo kairo kono kukundi mandu ngalitema fo birin nyim politique ko nata ke tunome nalom nyim fatam fanzo nata.
Yes, that was what happened.
How did you feel about your relationship with your landlord being destroyed because of political differences?
Sila yaje nyadile politiko la kulanya le walionati alning alijiati tema suti nyingi sai ko teje nyadile
be badi fasalela.
They were defending their relative.
And this may be an opinion that I'm seeking from you. Do you think that political issues should be the reason why people should have any form of differences regardless of the tribe they belong to?
Saying, ntebe itafo ngani le nyini kanjang. Wala nyintiko. Itila jiruto fo politiko nyanta sababu lale hanfo molu da molu temo yetinya me yalon ko amanke dalila wo dalila ti fo politiko damane molo tinya fo mu kuleti tela miro to yoje nyaadile
umi to la hakilo dangati bar politiko mon jari won.
That is the extent of their thinking, but politics is not worth that.
Can you tell us, at the end of the day, what this experience has been for you, being locked up with your child in the PIU headquarters for 11 days, and being detained at the police headquarters for an additional 2 days? What has this experience been for you throughout this period?
Itele jero kata muneti ni wuce fuloko ali tiltan nin kilimu menke PIU wokola inatali mutakota ke kalisindi police headquarters tilifula wuce ni muno bekono ile jero kata muneti yimenta ki mel ketela yaje nyadile
akita na mankuno ye.
It happened to me, and I couldn't do anything about it.
Thank you very much, Madam Witness. Thank you for answering all of my questions. Mr. Chairman, that will be all from me for the witness.
Thank you very much, Counsel. Counsel, just for the record, I would want the witness to take her back to the inscription of the child on the charge sheet, because I think she also mentioned that she was identified in court. She demonstrated the raising of the child. That is a very serious crime.
She did.
Can she confirm that? Sorry, interpreter.
Amunta chairman kamenyin kajal. Wole ngalafta din kirali senaya ay koy katu ite din denano birin altata wukiti din kirato ka denano folo kato ta ka safe kaito bala ko ite lula foro to ko mo kurmulle tolu be kaito bala ka fole criminal sheet saye denano to safe woto saye kana muru ka denano fulan to kili kito yin kono hanfo ite wulta to mo le foro to e ko denano yin wulindi ten ya je briya to kumandi saying alafta yejele seneyandima wo fo akete nyaadile
adiate do ya kumandi ngachi kandi kiti wo kiti ka kumandile
It pleased them.
Kiti ka kumandile ngachi kandi
They mentioned her name, and I raised her up. And in every court sitting that we went to, her name is mentioned, and on each occasion, I raise her up.
So amange sinya kilinti ya chikandi wati me.
Ani bidin kani fi ka kumandile.
So it means you catch it.
High court.
Since Canifing, once her name is mentioned, I'll raise her up, and up to the High Court. When her name is mentioned, I'll raise her up.
When the police officer came to, I think you were in the hall, when she said that she was police bois, what did she mean?
Wo police muso menata ayalitara wo salba kono memko atelom police mbuati alaw kumo koto ya jenyadile
NIL
they were NIA officers.
Abuka ilfom no atabuka ilfom oda akadon function call la dundo akabona NIL.
She was an NIA officer. She never put on uniform.
Well, what's the bois connection?
Akwa kubidu sila akate mo police bualeti alaw kumo koto muneti
ani alaw kumo ntamo koto long.
I don't know the meaning of that statement.
Thank you. Commissioners, if you have any questions, please indicate. Otherwise, yes, Imam Jallo, you have the floor, please.
Imam Jallo left in Kala, Commissioner Imam Jallo.
Witness,
Akosedo,
you said in this court, in this commission that
for Commissioner to Janko,
you had to appear in court to be discharged.
If it happened, Kito Bunda, Yatilu Puru, Isali Bula.
Would you confirm whether your husband and Hussein and others had the same privilege?
For isn't Tonya and the co. Ikema, I mean, Hussein in Golu Funalu Tata, if I am Tokono, for Yosilakil of an sort of Liban.
Thank you.
Number.
Ha, if an alvo kiti or conele kataki to the
Yes, they were also going to court.
Did the court rule for them to be released?
For kiti bunda nata yin kango di priye fanalu bula bang.
Diri karte fay kata Adam Barrow wintale inate ebula.
They were released after the elections, and after Adam Barrow won the elections. That was when they were released.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Yes, Commissioner Kerr, you have the floor, please.
Commissioner Kerr fanan lafte nyinin kala.
Thank you, Chairman.
Chairman.
Sorry about what happened to you and your colleagues. It's really disheartening, but my question is on your health.
Ako nyimu nikuya baleti jikilate bale fanamu. Ako bari atela nyininka rotilinta ile jata kende ya kenyalela.
How is your health now?
Ile jata kende ya
you received several beatings and
andu liparolu ketela le yeme nufo. Silang sai ijato be tembeda jumalto.
Nani mbulikilo mambete ade.
My this hand is dysfunctional, even up till now.
The issue you have, or you have other health issues?
For kola kudol fo be ken men ke batandi jata ken ala karola.
Ani bari dimol mul futa fundi tambala wal be wata say na problem be mun na nyimbulo da man.
No, all the other areas that I used to experience pain have now stopped. My only problem now is my hand, which is not functioning.
Thank you. And once again, sorry about what happened to you.
Thank you very much, and we all echo that sympathy expressed by Commissioner Kerr.
Between Commissioner Kerr and Balafa Kamen for it and Koise Haketu until Be Kambenta Wolela or Mumbela Kumakamaneti.
And thank you so much, Madam Samateh, for coming to testify before the Commission. If you have any concluding remarks to make, please proceed to make them now.
Mr. Chairman, just before her final remarks, I'd like to put in the photo of baby Aisha and the sister here.
Baby Aisha Natalo aning akoto ma alafta wole dundila CDR kaito lukono.
As exhibit 185. 185, yes.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Request granted. Council. You may please proceed and make your concluding remarks now, Madam Samateh.
Madam Samateh say isitente ni fana lafte la kacha kumfala kumakalu menu la bebem fala molie isitente.
I
greet everyone.
Uncle Lamin Kuntong.
I greet Uncle Lamin.
Ngambama Kuntong Mankamane and Fama Mustafa Samateh.
My mom, Manka Mane, and my dad, Mustafa Samateh.
Mama Miriafa and Kotoma Lamin Samateh.
My mother, Miriafa, and my brother, Lamin Samateh.
Nankema Kuntong Mod Fati.
I greet my husband, Mod Fati.
Mariama Diba. Lamin Damun Diba Dima. Felicity. Tolle Baby Aisha Sambapi.
The daughter of Lamin Dambu Diba, they took the Baby Aisha to the PIU.
Ngaba Manuel Kuntong.
I greet our mother.
Auntie J and Auntie Kaddy.
Auntie J and Auntie Kaddy.
Lamin Damun Diba Mbedwala Alama Aladula.
I pray for Lamin Dambu Diba. May God bless her, bless him.
Thank you very much, Emma, for that information, Counsel. The witness is not going to be coming back. We're truly sorry about what she had gone through with her baby and the family. We will end our proceedings here. We have some logistical matters that we are taking care of, so the afternoon session will not be held. We will resume tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock sharp. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you all very much.
Love like fire. Wow. Love like fire. Xam ngeen rek affaire bi xam ngeen fan la? Skincare la. 2020 lañ wax de. Waaw. Fii nag mooy Kerr fan Kerr zero tache. Perfect skin. Skincare saa su ne rek niñ ko dee defee rek loo lañ soxlaati rek maanaam bu ngeen am problème ci seen skin ngeen xam ngeen fan la fii ngeen di ñëw suma xarit yeeg am di jàmm yi nga xam ne taas daf lañ sonaloon xam nga doon xeesal ba laka xum éneew ma lañ ko nag waaye just in case comme ni ko gars yi di waxee rek en cas just in case loolu xew xam ngeen fi ngeen di ñëw fii ngeen di ñëw Skincare Plus si baax rek la ñoo dox nag ay baax rek fu ne la ñoo dem ci réew mi di lañ indi rek nag products yu baax du Paris du Italie du USA du fi mu nekk nii sax boole nañ ci nag Sweden fu nekk lañ leen a indilee products bu dee tamit nag da nga ñuul rek ñu lay jamaa natural beauty that melanin dripping we do have stuff for you as well emuñ si skincare products rek ñu ngi ci cuub yi tamit fu ne la ñoo jaar in fact sax last commercial bi ñu defoon waxuñ leen moo ne dañoo dox ci ay kawar 9A grade rek nag waaw we do have bundles as well hair si lu ne la ñoo dox ñun ñu ngi ci rafetal jigéen rek luy taaral jigéen rek waaw boo leen di tukki tamit bëggoon rek classic suitcase ñu dañoo dox ci ay Samsonite duñ dee indi any brand of suitcases though other than Samsonite comme li ma dee wax rek boo eggee airport dëri Samsonite dafa am nuñ laa xoolee waaw ngeen ne lan nag waaw skin ci moom la ñu gën a xamee nag skincare products ci moom la ñu gën a xamee ñu ngi dox tamit bentey tamit si ay dàll man waaye man nag skincare mooy suma specialty xam nga rek jigéen bu sa xar kanam réglé loo def mu jag am nañ Patricia Reiner Kiwi Eye the whole range Lighten Up Gold Tomatine I mean the list can just go on and on and on and on lépp loo xam ne rek luy taaral jigéen la ci yooyu rek la ñoo dox Skincare Plus nag emuñ si Gambia rek ñu nga United States ñu ngi Gambia fii ba pare bu dee yaa ngi anywhere in Europe mun nañ la ko mail within 3 days rek ñetti fan rek nga jot say diw emuñ si loolu rek dañ laa consult tamit balaa ñu laa jaay diw dinañ def a free consultation pour wax la rek exactly li nga xam ne moo méngoo ak sa kanam dinañ leen wax tamit ne rek am nañ perfumes you know fragrances men's shirts accessories we do dresses as well we do blouses I mean we do shoes name it we do them Skincare Plus 2020 is our year of perfection zero task fi mu nekk nii réew mi fii kenn waratu fi taas kenn waratu fi am problème kanam kenn waratu fi am problème yu picca boo ko amee dafa fekk ne rek ñëwuloo ci place bi fii love like fire bring my love like fire
Miss B Designer Outlet is the #1 quality and affordable stop shop for all your needs. Get your evening dresses, suit and ties, office wears for both ladies and gentlemen, beach wears, sport wears, pure leather shoes for men, quality belts, bags, heels for all beautiful ladies, original perfumes, accessories, and a lot more. Find us at Kololini Road opposite Gaddafi Mosque at the Aqua Preacher Station, or call us on 295-3411 or 764-2486. Miss B Designer Outlet. Shop right, look good.
When we touch down, better broke down.
Gamtel G-Fiber, now you can enjoy super fast internet in gigabytes. G-Fiber is affordable, stable, secured, and accessible to homes, businesses, and enterprises. With Gamtel G-Fiber, the future is speed. Gamtel, creating a brighter future in communication.
That's how she became mine. And see that